Hello, and thank you for stopping by. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when new videos arrive. Today is a new day, and I wanted to talk about something that I saw listed in one of the videos on YouTube. It was posted today, but it may not have been something from today. Senator Ted Kennedy, or Senator Kennedy was talking to the owners of Twitter and Facebook about censoring. And is it something that should be done just because they don't like it? Would they be allowed to censor? And I look at it like this. This is me. When you get on Twitter or Facebook, it is free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. Now, you can do a business Facebook, and you can pay for that to boost your ads and things of that nature. But as far as the actual Twitter and the actual Facebook, it is free. So therefore, Mark Zuckerberg and the owner of Twitter, his name escapes me at the moment, but they were talking about why it is okay for them to censor. Now, if you have the truth here and you have a lie here, but the lie is claiming to be true, how do you tell the difference between the two? If you get enough people that want to believe the lie, how do you prove that the truth really is true? That the truth that you're saying is true is really the truth. How do you prove that? Can you prove it? Is it possible to prove it? Now, Mark Zuckerberg had said something that I thought was relevant to this video I'm doing. You cannot shout fire in an open theater or a packed theater unless there really is fire. You can't just go in and say fire. Just like when Donald Trump hollers, "I won the election." You cannot do that unless you actually have won the election. Now you can say, "I believe that I won." I personally think that deep down, I won the election. Hillary said that in 2016. "I believe that I won this election." She said that. She said, "I personally believe that. I believe I won." But people voted for Donald Trump through the Electoral College. If we had to go by the popular vote, Hillary would have won that election. And a lot of people that needed Trump to be in office would be pissed off because Hillary would have got to be elected. Now, I honestly believe the reason, I personally believe this, I have no proof of this, I'm just going to say that as a disclaimer. I personally believe that they put Trump in power instead of Hillary because they wanted to get Barack Obama's taste out of their mouth. I'm not prejudiced. I love everybody. And I hate everybody equally. I don't go by your skin color. Although I do notice that when I see you, because we're human and we have eyes and we can see. But when I strike up a conversation with you, it's just two people talking about something. If it's a movie or music, or if it's politics or whatever it may be, if we have a good conversation, it doesn't matter who you are. I will strike up a conversation with a tree if it will give me good conversation. So, having said that, I believe that the old stuffy money from America, the old stuffy money, and when I say that, I'm talking about the good old boys at the very top of the food chain that run America. And you don't honestly believe that they would put the power of the people in the hands of the people, especially nowadays when we're so disengaged with how things are going. We have our football games that we go to. We have our wine tasting clubs that we go to. We have our reality shows that we watch. We have our jobs that we go to. We have our parties we do at night when we go to clubs and we drink until we can't drink no more and go home. And then we have our family that's maybe having issues and we're taking care of them, a loved one that's sick. We have all these things that keep us from being engaged, and that's why we trust our representatives that we elect into office. We trust them to do for us, like vacuums, the Roomba, for one. All you do is set the timer for it to work a certain time of the day, and you don't have to worry about it. It docks itself, it charges itself, then when the timer goes off, it disconnects, and it goes around and it vacuums up your apartment for you because your life is oh so hectic and you have no time to do the vacuuming anymore. So you have a Roomba. Well, we are treating America like a Roomba. Yes, we are. The founding fathers wanted America to be a certain way. And although they did not see African Americans and Hispanics and various other types of people, Native Americans and things, as part of America, they saw who they saw as part of America because that's who they saw. But they were smart enough to write the Constitution in such a way that if it's implemented correctly and if it's understood the way it was written and it was implemented the way it was written, it would service America through all time. It doesn't matter when things change. It doesn't matter what we're doing. There's one thing for everything. It's not a one-size-fits-all, mind you. That's why they have amendments. You have to add an amendment to the Constitution. I mean, up till 1976, I think it was, nobody recognized your right to privacy. Police thought, oh, yeah, privacy my ass. We'll just go in there and whatever you say is on you. Doctors, oh, yeah, no, there's no such thing as privacy. Supreme Court said different. It is an actual right that we have. That's why when you get arrested, the police say you have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, anything you say can and will be used you in a court of law. You have the right to counsel. They're naming off these rights that you have because they recognize these as a right. Do they want them to be a right? Maybe not. They'd rather you spill your guts on your own, or they would rather beat a confession out of you. Well, not so much beat the confession, but you know what I mean. But they tell you these are rights. And if you waive those rights, you are voluntarily giving up those rights, which means that they can do whatever they want. Because you have voluntarily given them up. A lot of our rights on a daily basis, we give them up. And the same thing with freedom of speech and free speech and free press and things like that, right? Things get so muddied up that we don't understand exactly what is a right and what is not a right anymore. And if you get enough people that believe that it is not a right, they can come and say, no, we don't want that to be a right. No, 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 no. We don't want that to be a right. I mean, up until the states figured out how much more money they could make off of making everybody a driver, you had the right to get in an automobile that you owned and go where you wanted. Seek your fortune wherever you wanted. Unencumbered. On our roads. Not the state's roads. Just because it says the state on the road, that doesn't necessarily mean that it belongs to the state. Those are our roads that are here for us to use. But they have figured out a way to get us comfortable with doing what they want. They have dangled the appearance of freedom in front of us. They have dangled it in front of us, and they have given us a version of freedom that we can be happy with because it looks like freedom, it smells like freedom, but if you bite into it, it tastes like nothing because it is nothing. So, if you say something and it is false, but enough people believe it, does it make it true? And if you say something that is true and a rumor is spread to make it false, does it make it less true? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I've had several people comment on my last couple of videos, which is really good. You know, they're Trump supporters, which is fine. You got to do your heart. Whatever you feel inside is what you need to do. Now, as long as the conversation is good and both sides can learn something, I don't care if you're from the moon. I don't care if you are from a different planet. If you bring me something that I haven't thought about and it gives me something to look up that could be true, please say it in the comments below. And keep it respectful, though. Don't look down on anybody because they don't believe in what you believe. Maybe they're just not at a high enough plane yet to understand how you think. Look at it that way. So, if you want to leave a comment, do so in the comments below. I have disabled the like and the dislike button, so if you do not like this video, just say dislike. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to say nothing. I'm not going to come down on you. Just say dislike. If you liked it, just say like. If you want to explain why you disliked it or why you disagreed with it, that's great. I would appreciate that, and I will talk to you about it and find out maybe there's something I'm doing that I should be doing. There's something I'm not doing that I should be. So if you want to leave a comment, do so. If you want to subscribe, hit that button right down here, subscribe, so you can be notified when new videos arrive. I'm going to leave you on this note. Remember to make tomorrow better than yesterday by doing the very best we can today. Have a good evening, America, and all points beyond.